talk about Alec Baldwin because I don't know what's happening to Alec Baldwin. Let's just, I guess, listen to Alec Baldwin explain what's happening to Alec Baldwin. He just cannot stay off of the internet.
Gosh, I wonder if you're asked to give your phone to police authorities as part of an investigation and you don't give them your phone. That's a big deal. But you don't hear anything about it when you do give the phone. Is that how it works? When you do give the phone, and you have to follow certain procedures because, the Constitution and so forth. But when you do give your phone, is that the tree that falls in the woods and you never hear about that? I don't know. The best way to honor the death of Helena Hutchins is to find out the truth. And any suggestion that we're not complying, myself and any lawyers I'm working with or what have you, is a lie. It's a lie. We're gonna, as soon as we go through this process, then by all means we will comply. But I have no worries about that. That's all going to work itself out, regardless of what they say on these right-wing rag sheets and people who are all about hate. But setting aside all the hate, setting aside all the January 6th of it all, there it is.
Yeah, so that, I was like, what does that actually say? And I asked production to zoom in. It says, to a new year, thanks for the laughs, Splenda comedian. I don't know what this is. I don't know the smiley face on the side. Here it is. What is he doing? And people are saying he's spiraling and he's going crazy. But has Alec Baldwin never been sane?
Well, this is the issue. Actors are, by definition, completely insane people. And Alec Baldwin has exhibited this in spades throughout his career. And he just accidentally killed his friend. And he's now under investigation. I actually have a great deal of sympathy for Alec Baldwin in this. I don't think he meant to do it. Obviously, there was some mistake that happened on set. He said that he's got really good lawyers on this and they're all complying. Clearly, the lawyers are not good enough, or they would take away his cell phone and his internet access
And he can't help
to
himself.
go sit at home and be quiet.
I actually always question whether or not someone could be a true narcissist until Alec Baldwin, where I'm like, actually, you are watching someone who's a true narcissist. He cannot stop talking. He can't put his phone down. He keeps talking about it incessantly. And to me, it screams guilt. In my personal opinion, do I think that he accidentally fired it? Yes. I mean, I don't know why you would point at a human being and fire it, but at the same time, I feel like he's always kind of been an axe murderer. Like, every time you see him, he's chasing down paparazzi, calling his daughter a little piggy, screaming and cursing. Like, he's always been unstable and psychopathic. It just took him actually killing someone for people to take notice. Yeah,
and it's interesting what he's saying in this video. We need to find out the truth of what happened to Helena.
Splenda.
The one person who, Splenda with the smiley face on it. The one person who knows the truth is the person that was in the room with her and fired the weapon, and that would be him. So what is going on here? And he's grandstanding and making all these videos on the internet when really he should just be involved with this investigation. Should probably keep quiet for a little bit and let things, flow through.
It's almost like he blacked out or something, and he doesn't remember what happened. Like, genuinely does not remember what happened because they have to go find the truth. Well, you did it. You were there. How can you not know the truth, first and foremost? And second of all, I think that's a very good point from a legal perspective. Why on earth have your attorneys not at least advised you, and maybe they have, we just don't know, to stop posting these bizarre, brain-frying videos on the internet? It's not helping your case.
Personally, I don't think that he ever takes advice from anybody around him like that. Like a true narcissist, I think they're telling him not to, but he doesn't care because he believes in his own acting capability. Which is bizarre. We'll get back to the show in just a minute, but first, let's talk about internet security.
Yeah, well, she's talking about internet security. I'll go back to talking about what I was talking about in the last video. I guess. So I'm just putting together some soundtracks to do this series. I haven't even really started the series yet. I was just seeing what was going to stick, what I was going to get copyright strikes on. There was only 2 videos with pending copyright strikes, possible copyright strikes. It was still pending. There was those 2 videos. Otherwise, it looks like the rest of the soundtrack's going to stick. And while I was in there, I made the foolish mistake of going and reading my messages. I have not been online for 7-8 months, whatever it was. So I didn't know what the hell I was going to find. I did feel like I was feeling an energy, and I felt like somebody was had it. I just I don't know. I just felt like somebody had it. I said to myself for the last few months, for the last 3 4 months, but I still refrained from coming back to the computer and starting another series because I had just had enough after the last one, really. Um, so I refrained from coming back so soon, and then now that I did, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I may just bow back right back out again. Anyways, I was feeling the energy that someone was gonna see it. I was hoping that I was gonna come back on here, and that somebody was gonna say, "I see it, I got it. Here you go." I made a bunch of research vids of the trees, the clouds. I mean, I'm getting better at seeing it. My eyes are picking it up now. Whatever. That's what I was expecting. That's the energy that I felt, right? It's one of the reasons why I felt to go for mainstream, actually. So without any evidence, without actually going to the my channel to see if anybody else got it, because I know no one in my everyday life gets it. I know they're not going to get it, right? But they don't get nothing. They don't get anything, so it doesn't matter, you know. In other words, they don't get the chemtrails. They don't know what the mineral streets are. They're not going to look. They're not going to look at any of it. All these lies, like right now, Candace is on here talking about the Baldwins and everything. They're fucking huge liars, man. We don't even know if he really shot somebody. That's how fucking bad it is. And if we don't know if that was all just a fake shit show, really, because we're lied to so often in this lying ass realm. So I can't get angry about it all being lies all the time, because then people will look at you like you're a crazy, angry lunatic or whatever. So I have to stay calm about it, try to consciously discuss it. I'm wasting my time talking about it because I could be showing you the system, and then showing you the system like I've been trying to do for the last 3 years tells it all. It tells you that all these other things are lies, right? So you can find a possible truth, like this guy Alec Baldwin. He really exists, right? There's a truth. That's a truth. But that's about it. We'd have to go piece by piece throughout his life to see what was really true about his life, because it's all lies. Everything from the math he learned to the words and everything like that. I was starting to say in the last video, and I got cut off. I'll try to get back to it, about how I realized in the system does not use any math. And I was talking about Rick from A Dripping Sponge brought me down a lot of roads and a lot of rabbit holes that I wanted to go down. I was happy to go down some of them with him, but I felt like it also, at the time, was wasting my time. I could look at it as I was wasting his time as well, because he was going down different roads, but I felt like his roads, I didn't feel like his roads were programming. His roads were programming. I'm trying to get away from any programming. All of it. I don't want any of the programming. If I bring it in just as looking for an answer for some simple little truth that was hidden, and it falls down between the cracks, and you got that little bit of truth for me, okay, that I can get behind, because I'll use that little bit of truth to see things for what they are, okay? But I have to scrutinize them, I guess is the word I'm looking for. I want to scrutinize them to make sure that they're not another bullshit story. So am I going to waste time thinking about the Alec Baldwin story and wondering, gee, is it true? Did he really? No, it's bullshit. I guarantee you it's all lies. He didn't shoot anybody. It was all a fucking act. When you watch the people, and it only takes me a few minutes now. And don't get me wrong. I could be wrong. I could be mistaken about this, but I'm not. He's full of shit. He didn't shoot anybody. A lot of times these Freemasons and the people that are higher up the chain, they put on these scenario shows all the time. Some of them you feel really bad about calling lies until you see them show themselves for who they are. Like sometimes you'll see a mass shooting, and then you look at it a little more closely, and you say, holy shit, none of that even was real. No matter what it is. You can look at the Kennedy assassination and you say, that didn't happen. That didn't fucking happen. Oh, what do you mean it didn't happen? Just showing you, gets his brains blown. I don't give a fuck. That was already the beginning of television. None of it makes any sense. You got the car at one clip here, the car at another clip there. You got, too many unexplainable, unnecessary lies, all put into play to confuse the average person. It never fucking happened the way they told us it happened. Then you could say, World War II, people will say all the time, started from the bombing of Pearl Harbor. And then I'll say, I don't think so. I mean, I'm not really a history buff, but I'm pretty sure we dropped a bomb on Japan after they, bombed Pearl Harbor, didn't we? Oh, yeah, that's right, they'll say. Yeah, okay. So then that Pearl Harbor was a bullshit story, and it was all like, wait a minute, my fucking grandfather was in World War II, and then okay, well, where was he? In Germany, you mean? So that was years before Pearl Harbor. Yeah, but still, I'm just saying, you can't say, how can you say that? There were so many witnesses to what happened, and there was people that were on the base. I know my family member, or this one or that one, had family on the base when it was bombed, and they were killed in that bomb. Okay, yes, there are truths that trickle down. The place really did get bombed. I'm not saying Pearl Harbor didn't get bombed. That would be the truth among all the lies. The lies would be that hundreds of airplanes at that time could fly hundreds of miles, and I don't give a fuck what height or altitude they were flying at. They could have been riding on the water, then the boat radars would have picked them up. If they were flying in the air, then the air radars would have picked them up. So we know that we had radar technology at that point that would have picked them up at every level. If they would have went under the water, if they had magical airplanes and they went under the water, we at that time had submarine radar, and we would have picked them up. Okay, so there's no way that those airplanes could have flown without the radar. Okay, but let's say they did. Let's say all the radar got shut down. Let's say that at that time, Japan had a special sonic weapon that we didn't know about 100 years in advance of its technology, and they shut down all the radar, and we'll even give you that scenario. Okay, I'll give you that, even though it's bullshit. Then I would say to you, then why are you not questioning the fact that there were thousands of fishing boats, ships, submarines, people on land, all over the place for the hundreds of miles that these guys flew from Japan to Hawaii, right? Nobody, again, we had telecommunication at that time. Nobody thought to radio ahead. I mean, it only takes a second to get the radio call. Boom, the planes are in the air defending our, No, it's a total bullshit story. So yeah, so of course you try to say that, and you say we have created our own false history in every which way for hundreds of years now, maybe thousands, but for sure hundreds. The hundreds that we can still see right now. So in my own lifetime, in 50 years, I can point out to you thousands of lies. And then when I tell you about those lies, you're going to say, no. You're going to keep saying no because they were part of your program. That's why, rather than argue with you about everything, I'm trying to show you the system. I'm trying to let you go see the system for yourself. You don't, I mean... So yeah, I'm going to continue to fucking explain it to everybody that everything's a bunch of lies and they're all full of shit. If that's going to bother you guys about hearing that everything you ever thought was a lie, then yeah, then I'm not the guy for you, because that's exactly my thing. I'm trying to show you the real system. The real system is who tells me that you were and we were all full of shit all these years, okay? Not me. It's not my decision. It's not my... in other words, it's not a belief. I'm just going and looking at the system and I'm saying, oh my God, we fucking lied about everything. Because seeing the system, you will be 100% positive, 100% sure. I'm trying to make it less scary by letting you know that it's better to see the real system rather than go along with all these lies. And it really is. I mean, the technology is better. The technology is being used by humans, right? So in other words, the the mineral streets, us controlling the weather. You guys think, anybody watching this right now is thinking, yeah, there's no way we're controlling the fucking weather. There's no way humans control the weather. This guy's a fucking idiot. I'm telling you right now, you go watch the fucking system. Look at what it is I'm trying to show you. Start looking at that. Shut off your televisions. Shut off your internet. Stop going and listening to psychos. And people, and psychos meaning bankers, politicians, priests, fucking anybody, heliocentrics, flat earthers, everybody. Stop listening to me. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to anyone. Go look at the fucking system. Go look at the fucking system. And then decide and try to bring all your shit back into it and say, oh geez, actually this I'm not even gonna say what you're gonna think to yourself. Just go look. All right, just go fucking look. Okay, this guy says that there's no math. Yeah, there's no fucking math. The true creator does not care about math, does not see math. The only division that happens is from the false creator down. And then when the humans take over and take control of it, it got way out of hand. Everything becomes a law, a rule, a regulation of math and what we call religious science. It's unbelievable how fucking terrible it's all gone. So I will have some fun bitching about it if I end up doing this series. I'll have a little bit of fun as I'm going along, but it may not be enough fun to make it worth it. Let's put it that way, because it's just aggravating to listen to people's shit about, I know. Oh man, cannot prove anything they're fucking saying. They're giving me evidence of rocket ships going, in our atmosphere, and then I'm supposed to rest it away from there. I'm supposed to take the evidence of CGI imagery, falsities, television shows and movies, shit that I can see more clearly than I've ever seen before. I can spot human influence and fakery easy now, man. Just like in milliseconds. I spot it, boom, full, okay, done. Done, not even going to bother with it. The shit that I'm showing you guys is shit that you can see all around in your own environment so that you know that it's not a me thing. It's not a entertainment thing. This asshole that you found his videos to and stuff like that you came across, yeah, it's nothing to do with that. It's not about fame and fortune. Okay, I'm glad I even thought of that too. That was another complaint I got. I got this complaint more than any other complaint. And I always did. I always did from other series as well. But under the Harold Cott series, this has been the most that I've heard it. And you can go back and just look at my videos and look at the logs if anybody's watching them and see what the majority of these people say. And what they'll say is that I'm using Harold Cott's name to gain my own views, fame, and fortune. Now, after they said that, and even before they said that, some of them, because some of them I was already gone. So that was 8 months ago, is my point that I'm trying to make. I'm trying to figure in my mind how long it's really been. But somewhere around there, it's been about 8 months that I've been gone. So if I was Mr. Fame and Fortune and looking for recognition via Harold Cott's following, right? Nah, I'm after Harold Kotz. You guys all think that I'm after fucking his viewers or his following or anything. No, his viewers and his following believe that space aliens exist. His viewers and his following believe in outer space. His viewers and his following believe in all the fucking lies that I'm trying to point out to you are lies. All right? So so in other words, the evidence that I'm not who you're proclaiming I am is right in front of you. But yet here you are still 7-8 months later. I've been offline and someone just came in recently. There was one in there just recently. I forget his name, Jose, I think, or son. And he's bitching that I'm only in here doing this series to Harold Kotz 8 months ago or more. As a matter of fact, I think I stopped the Harold Kotz series a month or two before I even got offline. So you're talking about nearly a year ago. Nearly a year ago, I used Harold Cott's name to make this series. The only reason that series went up to 300-400 parts, I forget what I went up to on it, but it would have just been a 100-part series. But some of Harold Cott's minion were, pissing me off, fuck balls. Wolfus was the one, was Wolfus. And so I said, fuck it, and I'm going to do that with anybody. If anybody comes in here from Candace or Pastor Brooks, I don't know if I'm going to treat it the same because, they're not such purposeful liars, I guess is the way I see it. They're accidental, incidental, coincidental liars until I can prove otherwise. But if they come in and they start telling me, you know, first of all, I won't even argue the basic arguments, the usual normal arguments of, yeah, dude, if you don't know that you live on a ball, then you're a fucking real idiot or what. I'm not even responding to stupid shit like that. I'm showing you guys the system. If you don't want to go look, then you don't fucking look. But don't tell me that I don't know what the fuck it is. I see it all now. So, granted, every day, every week, every month, more and more, I'm seeing more and more, but that's not going to take away from the idea that we've been lied to about absolutely everything we've ever been told, everything we've ever read, seen, because everything we see is in a television screen. It's on a fucking, even the people in our lives end up being actors on a world stage. It's all a big fucking lie, a show. And what I'm showing you is that here comes one asshole out of fucking 7.8 billion who's telling you can all see it for yourselves. And what did I hear back? Oh, well, your videos kind of suck. Yeah, well, they're not. No. You're supposed to go look for yourself. It's not about my fucking videos. Oh, well, your commentary and shit like that. Most of your videos don't even have commentary. Yeah, correct. But the ones that do have commentary explain very clearly to you that why I don't have commentary. Because this is a visual. This is a visual thing. I don't need to say a damn word. I do because sometimes I may be just bored and I want to spout out a bunch of your guys' lies. And so I'll, talk about your lies just to point them out to everybody. But otherwise, I mean, no, I have no reason to give a shit about any of that stuff anymore. I'm surrounded by it. It's 7.8 billion zombies. It's not just the assholes that are writing me, nasty shit and messages and stuff. That's not it. Because it's all around me. Every time I get company, someone visits, people that I used to, refer to as my family and my friends, I still refer to them as that. But I'm so aggravated with them all. It's frustrating that they will not break their programs. There are so many programs. So what's the best way to get them to break it? Show them the system. Show them the system. And I don't want to start naming names, but anybody. So brother, sister, mother, dad, father, grandmother, anybody. You show them the system. What are they going to do? They fucking run from it. They don't want to fucking and they do this with everything. So every human influence, every human concept they do this with. You ran with the COVID. You ran with the fucking shootings. You ran with you guys run with the politics. You run with the religions of all kinds. You're just running with it all and nobody's fucking looking. It's unbelievable, man. Unfucking believable. Oh, boy. And then I'll hear, the videos are blurry, your camera's shaking, this and that, got a lot of glare. Okay. None of that has anything to do with what, then my question always back is, okay, so did you go yourself and digitally collect some EMNC from anywhere in the system? Trees, water, moon, clouds, whatever, just anywhere. Did you go and do that so that you and I can work together and maybe I can try to help you and show you what's... Of course not. Of course not. But everybody, so quick to tell me that it's something religiously based. Like that, like the girl that was writing in who sounded like a nice person. And it sounded like in the first couple messages that I read that she was going to have something positive to say. I thought she was going to be the one that was going to say, hey, I see it. I've been seeing it for years. And because I did have one girl say that to me one time, if she really was, I'm pretty sure I know who she really was. She was, yeah, I won't even get into it. But anyway, she said that to me once. She said, I've been seeing these for years, the ones that are in the mist, and I've always been afraid to talk about it because people think I'm nuts or whatever. And then she disappears. I later found out who she was and stuff, and I know why now she disappeared. But it was disappointing when that happened because I'm like, oh, that's great. Finally, somebody else that is willing to look. So if she already seen it, she's probably just only seeing those in the mist, but she's not seeing these more thorough images being built everywhere. They're more thorough. They're more clear. You can see the intent more, and there's reasons for that. Depending on what minerals they're dumped, and all that kind of stuff. If you're looking at the clouds, that is. In the trees, it's human skin, whatever. It doesn't matter. Add a little contrast, and I'm all set. I can show you. I can point out the imagery: feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast, over and over and over again. But yeah, so the couple messages that if you're even, I went and looked at her channel, and I'm not on her channel anymore. I'm no longer subscribed to her. So the first couple message I got from her, she was subscribed to me because she said that, hey, I just subscribed to your channel, gave me some advice and whatever, and was kind of sounding positive and shit. And then the second message was even more so. But then by the time I got to the top message, her most recent message, I didn't look at the dates on there. And then when I got to that one, I was like, oh, so she was okay with it for a little while. Then she must have got to something. And she's like, yeah. Face after face after face. I've seen it all. I know the lie or whatever. I'll bring you to the message one day when I'm fucking around. And I know the lie and all that kind of thing. So I'm saying to myself, fuck, man. So still, after being gone 8 months, the illusion that I now somehow have 109 people now looking at what it is I'm showing them is just that. It's an illusion that YouTube likes to create for whatever reason. I don't know, to make me, like I said, to make me think that people are seeing it, and that if there's 109 people that are looking, then it's going somewhere. So then obviously it's going somewhere. And people are actually able to see it now, and they're coming around, and the awakening's really happening. That's the only thing I can think of why they would want to put on this 109 character facade, because that's all it is. Because I know how many people are really subscribed, because they're the people that are watching my videos, and there's, like I said, maybe 6 to 10, I would say, tops, that are regulars now. But obviously, none of them have anything positive to say, So I don't see anybody coming in and saying, hey, dude, I just uploaded a shitload of research vids. I got it. I'm with you. I get this. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take it to a whole new fucking level, because I seen this, that, and that. And I've noticed this, that, and this. And then I can say, cool, let me go check it out. But no, I never get that. Never get that. All I get is, do you know what it says on this page in the Bible? Do you know what it says about this? Or I'll get things like, hey, you're calling Job Jacob, and you got Jacob and Job mixed up, or whatever. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, that was not the point of the fucking story. I was just using it as an example of, when we started doing... That's just fucked up, man. Anyways.
I think this is plausibly your greatest drop yet, just because we are watching totalitarianism, medical tyranny spread across the world, and we know, everybody knows by now, that something's not right with this story. Too many federal governments, NGOs involved in this, and plotting, planning, trying to say this wasn't a leak. Okay, maybe it is a leak. Take us slowly through exactly what you came across.
These were documents inside DARPA, which is a division of the Department of Defense. These documents were provided to us by a source.
Okay, I'm glad we're talking about this. Okay, so here right now is Veritas. Project Veritas is on with Candace, and he also, I caught him out as being a liar within 2 fucking seconds of his first interview. How did I do that? Very simple. Just look at the most ridiculous thing that he did in Project Veritas with the diary, right? This is about the diary that I'm sure that's what this is going to be about. I'll restart it in a second after I explain this. And then we'll see what he does. We'll see if he buries himself anymore or if he proves me wrong. But I think he's full of shit. And this is how you know all sides are involved. This is how you know that the Democrats have their bad side and they're all fucking bad, and the politicians, because it's all lies. All sides are lying like motherfuckers. So Veritas, you want to believe in him. You want to think that he's actually there to help and all this kind. Nah, it's another psyop. Just another psyop. So here's what he's going to say when you listen to his interviews. Okay, so he gets the diary, an anonymous person or whatever. If they want to remain anonymous, that's not a big deal to me at all. They give him Biden's daughter's diary. He checks it to see if it's looks like it's been fucked with, or if it's really hers, if it's really her writing, and he's checking it out with a few other guys. So by the time he gets done, he doesn't feel right about publishing any of it. He doesn't. In other words, there's something up with it. He don't know what it is. For whatever reason. So whatever reason. But here's the kicker. Here's how you know he's a liar. What did he do with the diary once he realized he wasn't going to use it? What would you, as a normal person, someone gave you some information, you didn't feel comfortable about it, you didn't feel right, you said, I don't want to ruin somebody's life based on falsities. As soon as you put this out there, the rumors already get started. So even if they're innocent of these things, they're going to be thought of, so why do that? And then if it turns out that I'm wrong and it's not, this diary's not even hers, or if it's a fuck show or something like that, then it's going to come back on me and bite me. All right, so what do you do with the diary then? What do you do with it? I'll give you 3 choices, and we'll see which one you pick. Okay, number 1, you burn it, right? You burn it. You didn't pay anything for it. It was free. You didn't pay anything for it. Even if you did, even if you paid $2-3 grand for it or whatever, and you realized that it was fake information or it possibly could be false information, either way, you know you're not going to use it. So if you know you're not going to use it ever, then what would you do with it? Burn it? That's what I would do, right? And what would be a second option that you could do with it? Maybe put it somewhere until you further investigated it, that hopefully someday you might be able to use it. Someday you might be able, it might come in handy. Maybe someday have it and keep it as a chess piece that you can put back on the table one day when someone's after you, or if things get really bad politically, you'd have something to fall back on and say back off, or the diary goes public or something of that nature, right? That would be number 2, second thing you could do with it. But what's the third thing that you would do with it? Would you ever in your life think of bringing it to the police? I would not think of bringing it to the police. Why would you? Why would you? Now, if you thought it was real and you were to bring it to the police, then that might be a reason, a stupid reason. But, seeing that you're going to be bringing it to a police and the police are going to call the FBI because it's the president of the United States' daughter and all this kind of shit. So you'd have to think that out a little bit before you did it. But maybe, and if you did hand it into the police for that reason, you would do it anonymously, the same way that the person who handed it over to you would do, anonymously, right? So he didn't claim to do that. He says he walks into the fucking police station 2-3 weeks earlier, hands him this diary and the information, fills out a report on how he got it, doesn't want to give up his source, right? That's it. The story's done. That's it. The story's done right there. He's full of shit. So so is Candace that good of an actress? Is Candace that good of an actress where she's going to have this guy on, just like all the other Fox News people are? Well, gee, they go along with Elon Musk. So do they know what Elon Musk knows? Do they know? Does Candace know? And does Veritas and all these people, do they really know the system that I'm trying to show you? Do they know that all these other stories are all bullshit and lies? Sure seems like it. Sure seems like it. All actors on the world stage. So anyways, what's this video at? Let's see. What we got for time. 35 minutes. Probably do a few more minutes of another video. Let's see what we got. Trees? Yeah. So what I'm gonna do when I unaggravate myself and I calm myself down, I'll come back to these videos and I'll start going in on them. Okay? And I'll start pointing a lot of the imagery out. Imagery that you should all be able to see for yourselves. If you can't see that this is a canine face right here, plain as day, eye, snout, nose, mouth, got the teeth and everything, got the whole fucking face for you right here. See it? I'll try to outline it, right? Everywhere. Image within eye, nose, and mouth. Looks like it's got some facial hair, but it looks like a animal. It's in the rodent category. I'm not even bending down to look in the camera. I'm just seeing this off the top of my eyes, just as I'm going along. So over here, eye, nose, mouth, open, right? I can go through this whole thing. Here's a whole row of faces. Here's a human face for you. Eye, nose, mouth right here. Going here, eye, nose, mouth right here. So this one here, I'm going to put in the human category because of the nose and the mouth and the face and even some of the hairline. And then I've been showing you guys how to crop, how to go like this so you can see the imagery better because your eyes are not separating the imagery. Again, this does not make me anything special that my eyes are able to separate images, turn them upside down. No, because if that was the case, then I would have saw this for the last 50 years of my life. I was denied being able to see it. I was looking everywhere but at the system. All right, I'm looking at the TV. I'm looking everywhere else. So here's a beautiful fucking eye goes with this one over here. So there's two eyes going here with this nose here, with this snout right here with the mouth right here. So it's just image within image. Oh, actually, I'm going over too far. There's the eye. So it's this eye here matches with this eye here without even getting really, again, I'm just looking over my shoulder here. Image within image within image from the veil to the ground. This is a stone, by the way. This is just a big boulder, I should call it, a boulder. And you can do this anywhere. You can do this in your own backyard with your own boulders. And, to go look and see for yourself that this is no magic show. This is the way that it is. What I'm showing you is the reality. This is the truth. This is the closest to reality that anyone coming to these videos has ever been in your lives. Stop listening to all these lying motherfuckers that are all around us and just go look for yourselves. And when you have some honesty and you can be honest with yourself, I'd be glad to discuss reality with you. There is no, you have the freedom. Let's see, I saw something over here that I wanted to go to. There was other trees. Must be at the end. I don't know where it was now. No biggie. There's only 5 minutes left anyway. So this is some bushes and some trees. I could do the same thing with that too. And I can go in. I will later. But I'm aggravated tonight and I don't think I'm going to do anything more now. I'm just going to let this video run out. I'll upload these because it's probably after midnight now. I can upload them. Yeah, so I'll upload these few. I already explained that, if you go in and you see some videos that are really shitty visually, and you're not seeing much, they might just be soundtrack. I might just be putting together soundtrack, and I may be fiddling around with some of the imagery, see where I'm going to get stretch marks in the screen, and testing out my tabletop, measuring for how high my camera is from my monitor. Am I going to put my flat monitor down? I'm just doing that stuff, getting ready to roll into this next series. I did put the word out there because I heard back from Patrick, and if Patrick wants to do the series, which I don't believe it. I don't, Patrick, if you come to these videos, I just don't believe it because, like I said to your in the message back to you, it's been 8 months and I don't see anything on your channel. It's not like were really interested in really seeing the system, because if you were, then you would have been looking. You had enough of it where, you could just be making videos, digital collection of electromagnetic nanocarbon from your choice. You already had the gist of it, whether it's stones, the ocean, the trees, the clouds, the moon, and where we left off last, you were not doing any of it. You were doing those things, but I'm saying like the moon. All these troubles with the mount for the camera, very simple stuff to do, and then you were telling me that you're not able to glue the eyepiece onto the end of the camera. I mean, you gotta look at it this way. You were able to do those intricate bracelets way harder than gluing an eyepiece onto your cheap ass cell phone. I mean, there's no comparison. I mean, you're talking about intricate jewelry, hands on, really nice work that you were showing me that you were doing. You can't go and show me that you can do that, but on the other hand, you can't mount up a eyepiece to your telescope, right? That's one indication that you were not being true to me. And then another one might be, for example, go print up a moon, and then we can start looking in at the moon. You can make some videos doing the same exact thing that I'm doing with photographs of the moon, which is one of the biggest things that people should be doing, and they're all against it because they think because it's a photograph. They don't realize yet that it does not matter. Your eyes, the telescope with the camera, photographs or videos, all going to be the same. The imagery is all going to be the same. That's important to know. It's important to know for yourselves, not because I'm telling you. It's important for you all to go see it for yourselves because it's just that easy. So that's why I was showing people how to mount the eyepiece onto their camera so they can put their cheap little telescope up at the moon and make some videos. Do 360s with your camera on the telescope. I'm explaining how to do these things very easily, very simple. So anybody that's going to pretend that they're so hard they can't do them, then you got to do a good job with your pretending. You have to really pretend like you're that fucking stupid. Durr, I'm that fucking dumb. But you can't show me that you can do intricate jewelry work and intricate belt work and all this other shit that you can do, but yet you can't mount the eyepiece onto. It's a glue stick. It's a glue gun. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Anyways, I don't buy it. Then the other one was printing the moon. So, okay, so fine, you can't do that. Let's at least get started. Print up a moon, and let's start looking in at those printed moons, and I'll show you. And you can let you start picking out some imagery, and then I can go over it with you. I can finally start feeling good about, finally someone else gets it. They see it now. I made you feel so at ease, which I never had anybody doing with me as I was finding all this. So I was able to make you feel all of these. And what did I hear about that? You never got the moon printed. You never were able to put the moon on print. It was such a hard task and a feat that you could not do it, right? But yet, when I had you on video with you them days, or that one night that you were sitting on your couch, and you over your left shoulder was the AE map model, right? The ancient Earth map model, which is a total psyop conspiracy garbage. That if that's what you're going along with, that's okay with me, but it's not the roads I'm going down. But what it proved to me was that you have a printer. and you know how to use it, right? So as intelligent as you are, because you're according to your background and your, job and your career and everything like that, then you obviously have a half a wit, but that doesn't necessarily make you mechanically inclined. But making the jewelry does. So I know that you're mechanically inclined enough to make jewelry. Then I know you're mechanically inclined enough to glue stick an eyepiece onto your camera, all right, and then mount it on a telescope. It's very simple, and it's way better than that mountain that you obviously never got the one you ordered, because I went and looked at your videos several times over since I last seen you, and you didn't have anything on the moon on your channel. And that day when I seen the print of the AE map model in the back, that was several weeks after asking you to kept asking you to print up the moon so that we can start going in on the moon. You obviously were not going down that road. So if you're not able to print the moon, but you're able to print an AE map model, again, I don't have to ask the question. I already know the answer just from what I was seeing with my own eyes, right? So, Patrick, if you came in and you said claimed that you wanted to, still learn something or whatever. I don't think you do, but I'll call you on it. You know how I am. I'm happy to call you on it. I wish you would come out and just be yourself, and if you didn't want to be yourself to everybody, I could understand that, but I would at least need you, if I was to take you seriously ever again, then I would at least need you to be yourself with me. Even if you were to want me to hide the fact of who you really truly are, or whatever your other names are, or whatever. Even if it was anything like that, that'd be fine. I would do that because that's how much I liked you, and that's how much I like her too, your spouse. Which I don't believe any of the stories that you told me about who Patrick's spouse is, and that was all just telling me what I wanted to hear. I didn't really buy into any of it. I listened